Welcome to my bedroom, music studio, classroom, and college dormitory. You know, being in online schooling since kindergarten has led to quite a few interesting conversations throughout the years. Online schooling isn't really that common, and it's definitely not very old. So a lot of people are curious about it, and I've received tons and tons of questions over the years. So this video is an opportunity to answer those questions once and for all. One of the biggest things that has thrown people for a loop is when I tell them that I went to public school for a year and then I came back to online schooling. And in the end, it came down to the fact that online schooling was what I was accustomed to, and I thrived in it. Online schooling pushed me further than my public school peers, and so when I was in public school, there were certain aspects that were actually easy, and I was considered an advanced student. So I came back to online schooling, and it ended up being a benefit because I was back in my comfort zone and it allowed me to kind of recalibrate, because the very next year after I returned to online schooling, I began taking college classes, and having the flexibility of online schooling allowed me to thrive in the college setting, because I didn't need to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm missing 3 classes in this time period in which I'm driving over to college and coming back. I could just do my online schooling later in the day. I could do evening school, night school. I became quite the night owl. And so it gave me more flexibility, more availability, and it worked better than I believe some of my public school counterparts have it. So one of the big questions that I've received as an online student is when people ask, oh, what about your socializing? And that's always kind of baffled me. And I can say that as an online student, my socialization has not been lacking. Every day in our live class sessions, we got to interact with each other through a little chat box. And that was so much fun because we had the strangest conversations sometimes. It was great. Outside of school, I was involved in a ton of different things. 4-H, Vacation Bible School, just a church volunteer in general, Junior Fair Board, you name it, martial arts even. And so, no, my socialization has not been lacking. I think honestly, a benefit of homeschooling is the type of socialization that I've got. Instead of texting my friends about what shoes to wear today, I've been able to experience meaningful conversations with the adults in my life. One of the biggest things I've been often asked is, why online schooling? What is your system like? For my program, personally, I often tell people to just imagine their public school online. And that's something that kind of blows people's minds, because we're so accustomed to the conventional brick and mortar setup. It's been fantastic though, and I don't think my mom has ever regretted her decision to put us in online schooling. I haven't, because it's taught me respect, first of all, because when you have your mom as your teacher, you learn not to disrespect the teacher. You also learn self-motivation, because if you think about it, when you're online schooling, especially if you're taking like an online quiz, it takes a lot of morals, a strong ethic code to not just start Googling the answers on a different tab. So you learn to be honest. And yes, to those who are wondering, we do wear pajamas when we are doing school. It is absolutely fantastic, especially if you're tired and having a bad day, because you can just kind of jam on your bed with your cup of coffee and your laptop and your pajamas, and it's great. So there we have it. Some of the biggest homeschool questions answered by an online student.